Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Seiler from Seiler Skin, and today we're going to do a really cool treatment called the Vampire Breast Lift. This is a treatment I've been doing for about 4 years. We do a lot of procedures with platelet-rich plasma here, which have really helped a lot of patients over the years. Some of you all are familiar with this treatment. We're going to do this after this patient's already had the vampire facial on her face. We can do that face, neck, and chest for collagen stimulation and tightening. The Vampire Breast Lift uses injections of PRP to help with the cleavage area and what I kind of call the upper inner pole of the breast. A lot of patients are not sure exactly what kind of a result they're going to get. This is the type of treatment that will just make things look better. So it really is not an augmentation. It's not going to replace a breast implant. It's for somebody that has some level of tissue, but has just noticed that that tissue is kind of thinned with age. The biggest thing I tell patients is if you feel like you just don't like the way that your upper breast and chest area looks as well as it used to years ago, when you're wearing something slightly revealing like a bikini, bras, gowns that show a little bit of cleavage, where you feel like you've kind of lost that prominence of the breast tissue on the chest wall, that's where this treatment really is going to help. There's really no downtime to it. Sometimes patients are a little swollen, a little sore the next day, but nothing that affects your life. You don't have to take any time off from work. Nobody's going to know you're doing it because there's no real visible signs except for maybe a tiny little bruise or two, which is no big deal. But patients really appreciate what this does. It really just helps to thicken the tissue and make that upper breast tissue look better. And although we originally were only really injecting it in the breast tissue, we found that it really helps the cleavage lines, especially if you're somewhat large chested and you sleep on your side and you've seen those kind of cleavage lines come up with age. So let's get started. You'll get to see how easy and quick of a procedure it is. We also do a little bit of microneedling afterward just to help with the texture of skin. So let's get started. Alrighty, so you're going to see that we've got the camera behind our patient here. We're just going to do a couple small injections. This usually doesn't really bother them at all. And this is getting into I'm injecting all the way in and out. So I'm stimulating the collagen area in the deeper part of the skin, but I'm also getting deep enough to get the fat tissue in the upper part of the breast here. You doing all right? Mm-hmm. And we draw a little bit more PRP with this procedure than we do with some of the others, so we've got plenty of platelet-rich plasma to inject in the breast tissue. This is something I can do on somebody that has an implant as long as I can isolate the implant away from the rest of the fat and breast tissue to make sure that I obviously don't hit the implant. I know you're watching this from a different angle so you can see the procedure done, but our patient's doing really well. She's not moving a bit, not grimacing at all. And you can see that you might just see a tiny little drop of blood, but that stops really quickly, and usually patients don't have a problem with this at all. Alright, so we're going to finish up our Vampire Breast Lift with just a little bit of microneedling. This will help to get the topically placed PRP in. She's also got a little scar from an old biopsy here that we've been treating that's really improved. You'll see that bleed just a little bit, but the rest of her chest area won't. Just kind of microneedle just through here. Just come out to about right there real good. Does that bother you much? Okay. We'll do this for just a minute and then we will be all done. You can see this is an easy treatment to get through with the microneedling. We're bleeding just a little bit from our little scar, but that'll stop there in a second. And again, you can see that we're putting yellow PRP on and not whole blood like some people are afraid of, which is understandable until you know what you're getting into. Got enough PRP? Okay. Thank you. A little bit more. Alright, and that is the Vampire Breast Lift with the injections and the microneedling.